What's up?
Yo, it's your neighborhood NAVIO, my neighborhood. Bumpy say Maro, M-A-R-O. Yeah, man, representing.
And the one and only NAVIO.
Bamba.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, I'm good. Yeah, this is Think with Maro.
Yes.
It's like freestyle. We talk about everything and anything goes.
Yes.
We are pointless, but on purpose.
Yes.
So that because we want to bring out ourselves without even recognizing the cameras.
Yes.
Yeah, that, not knowing that the camera is around.
Yeah.
First off, you have a picture with Marichava Zinga.
Hey, yeah, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't tell you I'd switched tribes.
I know, right?
Yes.
Everyone was like, but why didn't you? I was like, NAVIO represented me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we're basically like twins anyway.
Yeah, man.
So every time everyone's like, Maro,
I wish,
Maro, is that Maro?
I wish they were longer.
They
But
used to be.
Yeah,
They used to be.
I got them.
Yeah. I think yours were longer than mine.
Yeah, yeah. By the
start
time,
with.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mine
But
were longer.
So,
And I think that's the time we did a song.
yes.
We did a song. It's called Be Yours.
Yes.
It's on the album 89 Good Decisions.
Yours.
And then he showed me some vocals. So this guy is a rap icon, singer-songwriter,
Hey.
what else? Boss,
Hey.
father, married man.
Yes. That was the hardest. That was the trickiest.
I know.
Yes,
I
but
know.
we managed.
Yeah, but I was happy for you, man.
Oh, thank you, man.
I think, yes, there are things that are structured.
Yeah.
People think you have to go to nursery, then they nurture you, then you go to primary, whatever. University, then after university you get a job, you get a wife, you marry.
Yeah.
Then the next ceremony would be when they take you down. You know, like everything
The
is
court
structured.
case,
Yeah, like, it's like, man. So,
True.
but I think it's a step. It's a step in anyone's life to actually say I'm choosing this person and I'm showing the world this person.
Yeah, I feel like in those situations also, no one should ever be rushed. You know?
Exactly.
You know, like you really, you know, like not to be a romantic or anything, but like when people marry for like practical reasons, and you don't feel anything else, you know, I feel like you're actually missing out on a whole lot. You know, I mean, yeah, there are people who have married for both practical reasons and the person, and they have, you know what I mean,
you have to feel it.
They merge, you know. But I feel like most of the time you need to follow your heart. You need to be able to wake up next to that person, you know what I mean, and be totally at peace with yourself. You don't wake up and you be like, oh my goodness, you know what I mean, because that shows that you're not ready. You know, so I'd always say, people always like, hey, you're getting old enough. I'd be like, you know, I'll always tell my sons,
it's not about age.
When you feel it, go for it. Don't be pressured into it, because even a lot of girls will pressure guys into it.
That if he doesn't marry me, that's what. I know that it's not our business, but that's what happened in the lives of our two celebrities. Yeah. Because the crowd or the world is saying, the Ugandan world, says, hey, you should have married the girl if you really wanted. You know, you should have put a ring on it in public. Yeah. Like, but this guy went. He did what do they call it? How do they call it in Kiswa? In their Islam thing, it's called marriage. It is marriage when you call and you have a sheikh there. They marry you and you're introduced and everything, but which is marriage. But many girls are even pressurized to make it public. Yes, like you know, make it public, and I will know that that you chose me. Yeah. But what comes after that?
True. It has to be real, you know, and from both sides also, it's like what happens after you get married is very important, because for me, if you think that your wife or your husband should change right after you get married, I feel like you know, like,
that's not the guy.
For example, I know guys who they've been out with their girl like 3-4 days a week. You know, they've been out with their girl. And then after marriage, suddenly they're like, oh, me and you can no longer now go to have a drink at whatever. We can't go to the beach because we're married now.
Why?
So you don't do that when you're married. You know, and
It's
I'm like, you need to just carry on your natural relationship. You know what I mean? I'm not saying keep going out 3-4 times, but if someone wants to go out,
it also has to come naturally, like you said
Yeah.
from the beginning. I'm not yet married. I'm getting married soon.
Sorry, ladies.
I'm saying
Sorry.
soon. I'm saying soon. And when I get married,
Yeah.
it'll be the right time. You get like I feel like it's been 10 years with this girl.
Yeah.
And I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
When, like you said, when I lay down, wake up, you're like, you have your fights.
Yeah.
And the fights are healthy. Like you feel like after the fight, you are learning something from each other.
Yeah.
And it just pushes you. You're not even tired of this person at any one time.
Yeah.
So I think courtship should also take time when you're cohabiting.
Yeah.
But people do the courtship before they cohabit.
True.
They have not lived together at all.
Yeah.
So when they start living together, like it's overwhelming. This guy comes in at this time, and I'm tired.
Like,
I'm tired of this thing.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
I hate
you shower 4
musicians.
times a day? Oh, I didn't know.
That is so bad.
For me, like, those are questions. Those are issues I need to know about someone completely. Because it's a person I'm going to have a child with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, what are their habits? What do they do that I like, I don't like? There could be something that's completely unacceptable.
Yeah.
And you won't know till after you're married, you know what I mean? I always feel
Even
like people need to live together.
Yeah,
you know,
they have to cohabit. They have. I think it's a great way to go. Like it's the way to go.
Yeah.
Like trying to court, because it's called courtship. I don't know if that's the word, but yes. I mean, for a while before you actually get into a commitment that is supposed to be at least forever. At least that's what we used to know. What's your take on divorce?
Divorce, I mean, hey, there's some, you see, there are people who jump in, you meet someone after 2 weeks you're married, and then they tell me, hey, they're divorced. For me, I can't say, oh, baby.
No.
I'm like, you guys didn't know each other.
You're
getting to know each other. So it's like, you're stacking the cards against yourself. Short courtship.
You're trying.
You don't know each other.
Just
Maybe you're even pretending to be a certain person. Because sometimes even, another situation I found out was like, a girl was with a guy and the guy is a complete bore when he's not blazed. She likes taking him out and she likes having him, in that state because that's the person that she vibes with. Is him when he's actually intoxicated. But when it's just him,
he's boring.
She's just like, because she's not that type of person. I'm like, okay, now you're in a relationship and you're in a marriage,
it
you're going to be you're sober 99% of the time.
Most of the time, because you have to take care of kids and then take care of that woman too. So
it's a confusing situation.
Thing is, I have one kid. You have how many? Now?
How many fingers do you have on those hands?
I have 10.
Yeah. So I'm around there.
Between
four,
there
four,
and
4. Yeah, 3 boys.
That's why I know. I know you're not past 5. Yeah. But it is challenging. But from what you said, some people don't know that the task doesn't end with having. I mean, your life doesn't end there because you have a kid or whatever. So most of the time, people think, okay, it's the end of the world. You don't do some of the things, but you are a rapper, and you have passion for rap. Man, I cannot talk about rap and forget the first time I heard your song. I was in. let me leave out the and the class I was in.
Leave out the
Let me leave out the class I was in.
Nice.
But what I know is East Africa Radio was booming.
Oh, you've already told the name of the
it was booming. You know what I'm talking about? Like radio, not TV, because TV came later. But radio, I was listening every time, and this is what I felt. I felt I was gonna be a rapper because of you. And the clique, the whole clique. Songs like there's this song that I will never understand the lyrics of it, like please on you.
Please on you.
I was like, how did they think about this song?
Yeah, Mon Coeur with the French chorus, man. That was mad.
I was like, this clique is the baddest. Clear cut?
Bro.
Man.
Those guys, you know
and
what I mean?
whenever
Like,
you came, this Leavers Rock that I used to attend, you come, you're like, this guy.
I mean, it's the one group I can talk about that I was in.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, these guys are bad. You know what I mean? Like, clear cut.
And they are.
Without me, it doesn't matter which member falls off.
Yeah.
When that team gets on stage, if they're more than 3, that show is done. Like, you know, people don't even remember half of the songs until they see us on stage.
Yeah.
You know, so it's been a long road, man.
It is. It is.
I jumped in the studio first time when I was 10 years old.
That's what people actually forget when I'm trying to say this guy has been in the game and whatever, and they're saying but he's been there too long. They don't think of the time you stepped on stage, you stepped in studio, because you were actually younger than many guys who are here who are saying I'm doing music, I'm young or whatever.
It's crazy. It's like if I had a fresh kid approach to things.
It is.
How old is Fresh Kid?
Fresh Kid is, I don't know, is he 7?
What?
7. But that's different.
He's fresh.
No, but that's different. You came. It wasn't, yours wasn't like a joke or like you know, if given the same circumstances or like the same conditions, it would be NAVIO.
Yeah, I guess.
And
there
even
was
no, because there was no internet to push your freestyles and all these things.
Yeah, no industry really.
Exactly.
No do-rags, no bling,
no
no swag, no fashion.
No TV actually.
Yeah, no TV stations.
to admire and say this is what I want to be, this is how I want to brand myself.
DJs who said they don't play either Ugandan music or they don't play Ugandan hip-hop specifically.
Yeah.
It was hard, man. It was a different plateau. So I'm glad actually some of those doors were kicked open, you know, for people to go through easier.
Speaking of that, you know, this is not supposed to be like an interview, but I also get struck by the fact that there are some questions that I've never had people ask or, you know, but why hip hop? You're 10 years. Why hip hop?
I think for me, there was no other type of music where I could say exactly what I mean.
Okay.
You know, I always felt like R&B, these R&B fellows, they're always telling the girl,
one word.
I'm the one tonight, baby girl, tonight I'm the one.
And
you know what I mean?
Like
but you're like, are you sure? Yeah, are you lying?
So for you
know,
you needed to explain.
Yeah,
you do history.
No, cool. I did.
That's why.
But but I think hip hop was so straight up. You know what I mean? Like even if a guy was trying to get a girl, you say it in such a direct way. Yeah. And so there's a certain amount of like honesty that I loved from it. Yeah. You know, when you feel Tupac's rage, you feel Tupac's rage. You know what I mean? Songs like Hellraiser. Yeah. You know, when he's talk about the dark side of life, you know, and stuff. Biggie, you think of songs like Who Shot Ya, you know what I mean? He takes you into that world. So for me, the ability to paint a picture that didn't always have to be perfect. You know, like a lot of music, even now, I'm so glad I'm in hip hop because you're trying to get the perfect beat and you're trying to make the perfect response and you're trying to get the perfect amount of views for your stuff. But I can still release a song like Abana Beka, which for me is like a big...
Because music is supposed to be about... we are supposed to be realists. Yeah. Like it's supposed to be real. It's supposed to be coming from our hearts. Yeah. And I, for one, I have an element of hip hop. Yeah. Because I was chilling with many guys rapping down there, and I remember I've been in generations of Rocky Giant, while at sharing Hall in Zambia.
The Sylvester and Abrams,
all of those guys have been there. Yeah. Then there's a time.
That's why your music's pretty honest. You know, when Maro starts singing, you're not really put in. Oh, he's the R&B hit maker.
No.
You know what I mean? Because for me, it's a two-edged sword. Yeah. I can make the hit. If I'm Maro, of course I can get on the song and I can say, hey, you know.
But it's not about the hit.
And I can get you to say whatever I want you to say. I'm Maro. Yeah. But sometimes you need to be yours. Like yours, we are being honest. It's a commercial song, but
it can be listened to today, tomorrow, and the other day. We can do a video any other day, and it will be as fresh. And also, every time someone goes to it, will really get it.
Exactly.
So the fact that I've been around you guys, because I remember, I think the first physical meeting was at Cineplex Cinema.
Yes.
Yeah, but being inspired by you guys, you and Myth, I was. The only way you can actually relate to the people that inspire you is trying to show them that you are kind of close to them. Not close like friendly, but close to what they do. Close to their greatness. And that's what gets you.
Listen, for me, like, your focus, bro, for me was like impeccable, because I'm not saying Maro used to get us 1 or 2 extra things here and there. And 1 or 2 extra tickets here and there at the cinema. But like, literally just in the walk, there's some people that I work with today who have not asked me real questions about the industry. And I've known them for years. Whereas you have a Maro who basically, between the door of the cinema and the cinema itself, you would ask me 3 or 4 real questions about the industry. You know what I mean? It's like, this is something that you were setting yourself up for.
I was.
So you really wanted to know, what is it about? Like, what is it? You know what I mean? So I always respect that. I was like, this guy.
Man, I had to do my research. I had like.
This guy might end up being an R&B king, maybe a Chabazinga of sorts.
No, and here we are, man.
But for real, and here we are.
You
know what I mean? Just 3 or 4 questions. I was also now on my way up at that point.
Exactly. But you were. Here's the thing: when you are in the boat, you may not know that it's moving. Because for us, we see an artist. Like, I was a fan, so I was seeing you on a different level. I was dreaming of doing a song with NAVIO, and I was thinking I was imagining how it would be, like unmasking NAVIO at the end, and everyone sees, oh, it's NAVIO and Maro. I was like, God damn it! And that was 2008, when I was dreaming about that. But I meet this guy every day, and I'm like, but what? How do I start? And then I thought of it, and I'm like, doing a song with NAVIO is not going to be the reason I come up. And saying I want to do a song, and after that, you have a song with NAVIO, what next? So that's why I was like, that's why I waited that long. I was like, the moment will be right. We'll do it, and it will be perfect.
And I think also another thing is like sustainable careers. You know? Does someone have a sustainable career? Because it's one thing to get fame. I think for guys like us, it was really about building that career. Maro can or cannot work with anyone on the planet right now. NAVIO can or cannot work with anyone. We have our people. We have our market. We have our target. You know, and no one can take that away from us. Ever.
No one.
You know what I mean? So I think for me, that has always been more appealing than just saying, hey, I have a song with Burna Boy now. I have a song with this and this. If it wasn't even done from a place of respect, I feel weird about it. You know what I mean? Like, when we worked, you know what I mean, brought me in, dope beat, dope producer, dope concept. You had killed it already. You know what I mean? Like, that's the type of project I want to work on.
Was that the time you started rap singing, right?
It was
new NAVIO, actually,
it was pretty much
there.
I mean, I'd always done the chanting on choruses, but not
this
so much on the verses.
Like, let me give you another NAVIO, and then you did more songs after that. I was like, okay, this is really a new
a new wave.
Speaking of waves, there was a wave when we had in hip hop. We had speaking of hip hop, we had Rocky Giant come. Then we had Janelle come. But when Janelle was coming, there was a clique of Babaluku, and then us, of course. We were there. Spoken Truth, listening to all that.
Urban Life, the Riongas.
So that time, I remember there was a fighting GNL. GNL was bringing the Uganda. He was the one introducing the urban Luganda. So the clique at National Theatre, if you didn't know, was fighting that he doesn't do that to hip hop, because these were the true hip hop guys. They wanted the hustle reflected in the songs.
They didn't want the chikankane.
They didn't want the chikankane. They didn't want soda jinjale. Like you associating hip hop with that. But again, in the end, because hip hop is hip hop and is so strong, they became united in a way. Like it united us. Like also these fights, actually, I feel like all these fights unite people. They unite us. That is if they are healthy fights. Not the ones where someone is using them to climb a certain level. But
because it's always such a trick, you know. You have people who are speaking their truth about hip hop, and hip hop is such, like I say, because it's so direct. You can change people's lives by what you say.
Exactly.
And people really appreciate that about hip hop. At the same point in time, you know, you get to a point where your mother's in hospital and you've got bills to pay, and you've been keeping it so real with hip hop that you haven't taken care of the commercial side. Who's with you? Which fans do you have that are going to send money for your mom?
None.
You know what I mean? So there's always that two-edged sword for me, and that's why I don't appreciate guys who are commercial, because I know there's commercial dope guys. I spit more bars in One and Only than a lot of guys spit on their so-called hardcore songs.
True.
You know what I mean? So for me, I don't judge nowadays. I don't judge so much. When I started being an underground hip hop guy, you know, I'd be like, that's real, that's fake, that's real, that's fake. Nowadays, I don't do that, because the guys who will body you, Kendrick will get on a commercial, super commercial song. Swimming pools full of liquor and I dive in. But best believe the guy was dropping rhymes. There's no one on the planet who'll be like, he's there.
No, he was.
You know what I mean?
He made a chorus very easy for you, but then put the truth.
And we can't act like in the hood we don't party.
And I think the most parties are in the hood.
You know what I mean? Sundays in Soweto, you know, Sundays in Uganda, Fridays in Nairobi. It's party culture in Africa, you know what I mean? So people do party and stuff, but as soon as people put on records now, it starts offending people. I'm like, it was a bit weird to me. And I understood what they're saying, and I think there always should be a balance. If an artist has done 15 songs on the album, drop 1 or 2 for the people. Inspirational, you know. If I want it, I go get it. You know what I mean? Get something for people too, because that's what hip hop is about. But it's not a must.
When you dropped Njogereza, I think it is still one of the greatest songs of Bax Raga, because that was the name of the style, as per Uganda. But Ugandans actually don't know that that's our style. That's Ugandan style. It's not Bax Raga or whatever. It is Ugandan style. And
for mine also didn't have the raga bit of it. That's what people forget. Njogereza wasn't boom, ba boom, ba boom.
No.
You know, Aziz.
Yeah, because they always have a Bax, then Baxing, but then raga in it.
Then Bebe Cool had also Kabonegane, boom, ba boom, ba. That's why when you play them alongside each other.
I had Nzira Nago, and it was just drums.
So for that, Njogereza was actually just a traditional song, but it kind of got thrown into the Bax Raga thing. And then Aziz, or whoever, I don't know who I was told about it, was doing interviews and saying, I'm the one who's brought this trend. I'm the king of Bax Raga or whatever.
Who did
and
the
then,
style
and then I heard a radio interview where guys are like, if you want to go back, we can go 10 years earlier to NAVIO's Na Wudidanga.
Because
is that not, you know what I mean? Is that not Bax Raga? So for me, I didn't even get in that argument, because I was like, listen, I'm not here to own the song, I'm not here to whatever. You know what I mean?
So own a style or something.
As you can see from where we're sitting, they built the city around my village. We've been here 600 years. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to prove how Ugandan I am to someone, or how Muganda especially to someone. So I left them in those arguments. I just wanted to do a song that hit a place that people weren't thinking about. And I knew I'd succeeded when I was at Afrima, the awards, in a category, and I had Wizkid in the category. Awa Njogereza.
Yeah.
and Davido on the other side.
I think we don't
and
give
T was
credit much,
Savage,
yeah.
and you know what I mean. So the song, it spoke for itself, and it was beautiful, and it was our music, you know.
Yeah, it was us. That was us. I think that was my is it second video to be played on, first video to be played on Trace TV when I did that kind of track. Because
Great
for them,
video.
and the video had a lot of
Great video, those elements, bro.
elements of Busoga, the dance, the actual dance. I played it for my guy in the US. It was like, how can you do that? It's just the West moving and no feet moving. I was like, this is similar to Maganda, but Maganda you have to be on tiptoes. Your legs can move your feet. But Busoga, the feet on ground, and then it's just the West.
It's way wind.
Yeah, it's just
wind them well. Maybe you guys are more Jamaican than us.
We're bad. So I said, boom.
I was just out there for 2 weeks, bro. Trust me. Like, the culture is amazing. Yeah,
it is amazing. But one of the cultures that is amazing is there's a bay. Yeah, and I love the people. The people are so calm and not judgy at all. I think the more country you go, the more friendly people are. When you are in the cities,
this severe closer to Mbale.
Behind Mbale.
Okay.
So that's the Kapchora.
Okay.
The Chiptegei. They're so calm and humble people. And it's amazing.
They can run. They can run.
Big
up Chiptegei. Chiptegei. Oh yeah.
Champion.
Bruh. That was amazing to see, man. An independence run. Chiptegei did it, 15-year record.
Yeah.
You know, it's really dope, man. We've always had runners. In fact, we've had some runners from here that because they think there's going to be more opportunity, they go to Kenya and say they're Kenyans. It's happened a few times.
I've heard that. Because the names actually look alike.
So they're just like, let me just go run in Kenya, because that's where people were always looking for runners.
And they can actually cross.
Yeah, so for Cheptegei to be here, stay here, not try and cut corners and be like, I'm Ugandan, he's uplifting all of us. Do you know how many kids? There's some 4 or 5-year-old kids who just looked at Cheptegei and said, boss.
Yo, I was there in the same place where he was. People were just like, have you seen our star? Have you seen? I was like, have you said hi?
I'm sure you just saw kids running for no reason.
Joshua, I'm like, okay.
I'm sure you've just seen kids running there for no reason. Man. Now they're training already,
so
you know.
My first time in Kapchora, I go with Kaihura. He had this crime preventer thing I was supposed to perform. And then we performed late. I mean, we were supposed to perform the next day, so I slept there. But during day, they had this run. And trust me, the third run was a woman in Ogemesi and barefoot.
What?
I enjoyed this.
What's up?